Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time. Rivals Season 5 tier list, baby. Listen, Season 5, I will say, I've had more fun this season playing Rivals than really any of the other recent seasons. I mean, granted, I took a break from like both of Season 4s. I wasn't having fun with the game. I wasn't a big fan of how they changed the gameplay loop. I thought they needed to do more drastic changes to things. But I will say there's one character in particular that has really opened up this game, and that is Gambit, man. They've nailed Gambit, and it's exciting to see them make supports that like can be about offensive utility and really skillful characters rather than just chunking out enormous amounts of healing. But guys, you don't care about that discussion in today's video. You want to know what heroes to pick in Season 5, and don't worry, I got you. We're going to be doing the tier list today, so let's get this underway. And this is a ranked tier list. This is not for pro play or anything like that, but we'll go ahead and break it down. Okay, Angela, dude. I think she's all right. I think, listen, anytime you can play a tank, I think tanks in general in this game, like just having one is good a lot of the time. I think she's A tier, but a low A at best. Like, I don't think she's like insanely good, but I've seen quite a few Angelas actually get value, especially on the new map where on second point payload, you go under and you can essentially like figure eight and knock people off height and like isolate them from their team. That seems to be what she's really good at least in ranked, and at least my teammates get caught out by this all the time. They shouldn't get caught out by it. I think the higher up you go, the more like predictable it is to actually see that coming. I'm going to give her an A tier, though, just because I think she's solid at what she does. I think she's solid, and she can absorb damage. She can fly on angles. I think that is good for tanks that, there's not a lot of tanks that can actually do that in the game, especially against, like, DPS, pokey DPS that can really hold high grounds, hold angles. She can actually fly up and contest those things. So I think she's actually pretty versatile, but she's definitely not one of the best heroes in the game, in my opinion. I think maybe I'll put her in B. I'm going to put her in B. I think she's solid. You can pick her in a lot of situations. I think she's a solid pick. Okay, Cap, dude. I think Cap is busted, man. I think Cap's really good. I think Cap is really I don't know if I'm going to put him in S tier. I haven't seen enough Caps get enormous value for me to put him in S tier, but I do think he's solid. I think Cap is A. He can live for a long time. His ult is really good. He's got good sustain on his own. He can make plays. He can create angles. He can go pressure. I think in this game, especially in Rivals, if you aren't able to pressure backlines consistently, like the amount of sustain that'll just heal the front line, like if you can't pressure backlines, you will not break through chokes ever, unless you have an ult, and even then it's not going to matter in a lot of situations. So I think Cap's ability to pressure backlines on his own, I have to put him in A tier or S tier this season, because it's just so important to be able to do that, and at least in ranked. Like, again, if you aren't able to contest supports, you're going to have a tough time. So I think Cap, his ability to do that and how flexible he is, makes him an A tier character, at least in competitive. Strange. I'm not really sure what to say about Strange, man. I have not seen too much Strange this season, to be honest with you. Again, he's very weak and susceptible to poke damage, right? And things like Punisher, things like, anything that can chunk out a large amount of damage and then break his shield. I'm going to put him in B tier. I really have not, I just haven't seen enough Strange be great. Now, granted, I'm like stuck in low right now, dude. Some of these games, I'm not even kidding, guys. So many of these games have people like, not just like playing bad when I say throwing, but I mean legitimately throwing the game, jumping the map off cooldown. I've played probably like the last 2 or 3 nights, I would say, and at least 40% of my games has had some kid literally jumping off the map because their hero got banned. It's odd. It's very odd. But hey, welcome to Rivals, man. I don't think this game is very competitive, to be blunt with you. But I'm going to put Strange B tier. I've not seen enough. I think maybe when you get up to the higher ranks and people know where to angle on him, I think he's good, though. I think he's a solid character. So, like, there's no shame in picking Dr. Strange. No, actually, you know what? Now I think about it, I actually have seen a couple good Stranges in ranked. I'm unsure where to put Strange, because again, like, my games have been so bad that I don't even know what to tell you. So, okay. Moving on, Emma, dude. I think Emma's at least A tier. I think Emma is so good, dude. She's, even with her nerfs, she's still so good. Her ult is insane. She has great CC and mitigation. Like, she does so much, man. She does so much. A big shout out to Emma Frost. I think she's still, despite her nerfs from early on in the game, one of the better characters in Marvel Rivals. A big shout out to Emma Frost. Now, Groot, dude. Hot take. I've seen Groot's take over games. I think Groot is S tier in ranked this season. Like he is so good. I've seen Groot's just absolutely dominant. I've seen a lot of Groot in a lot of different places. I think they gave him unstoppable near his walls, I believe, so you can't see him. Again, the healing is so strong in this game, it's hard to pierce through him. And his ult is a great combo. Now, I will say a quick note. It is much harder to get value from Groot ult with Gambit because Gambit can just cleanse it. But I still think, despite that, he's just insanely good, especially against triple support, man. Especially against triple support, which you see so many people defaulting to in ranked. Triple support is everywhere still, and at least from what I've seen, there's a lot of games running it. And if they are on that, dude, Groot just isolates and just dominates. I'm a big Groot fan this season. I think he's very, very good. Now, the thing I think is very mid. I don't know. I've seen some things get value, but for everything I've seen get value, I've seen 3 of them feeding. So, again, he's a big target. He's a big target. Like, you can play him. Like, listen, if you're a good thing, you can get value on the thing. It's just more often than not, you're going to see somebody feeding on thing rather than actually getting a lot of value. So, for that reason there, I'm going to rank him a little bit lower. I don't think he's a bad character. I think the players playing him don't understand how to get value on the character. So, because of that, I'm going to toss him in B tier, just in my opinion. Now, there's Hulk. Okay, I'm not going to lie, guys. I've barely seen any Hulk this season. So I could be way off on this one. But, like, I definitely don't think he's a top-tier pick. I don't think he's a throw pick either. I think there are a lot of ways that you can get value on Hulk where he can be strong. I just don't think that he's like a de facto best pick in the tank role. I think he's solid. So if you're a Hulk player, you can absolutely play the guy, and you probably get a lot of value on him. But in my opinion, I just don't think that I have not seen Hulks do a lot in my games. I haven't seen them throw the games, but I haven't seen them do the Lord's work either. And, you know, generally you got to go off what you see in game. And but that's the hard part with Rivals too. It's so chaotic. And, like, actual skill means so little in so many of these games because it's some kid trolling or, like throwing, or people are upset they didn't get their picks, or a very fragile player base, we'll say. So we'll leave it at that. But I still think Hulk is pretty solid. Now, Magneto, dude, I mean, Jesus, this guy is so good in every situation. I think Magneto has easily been de facto the best tank in Marvel Rivals. I don't think it's a competition. I don't think it's close. I think he is a cut above the rest and has been since the alpha of this game. His new team up this season is insanely good. Mag is just an unbelievable character. He is so good. I'm a big Mag fan. And yeah, I don't think I even need to explain this, dude. I think the character is insanely good. Penny, dude. I'm going to give Penny B tier because she's either S tier on the right map or, like, D tier, absolutely useless. Like, again, Penny is situationally great. If you're playing her in those situations, she's awesome. And I would say that you should definitely invest in her as, like, a niche tank pick to kind of cheese certain maps. She's great on first point defenses where you can protect the nest. She's a nuisance on some of these maps where you can't actually get around to zone her out. She's really great at space control, and because of that, I'm definitely not putting her anywhere below B tier. I think she's A tier on the right maps and then C tier on the wrong map. So I'm gonna give her a nice little solid B plus. Okay, Thor. Man, I don't know where to put Thor. I've seen some Thors get value. I won't lie. I'm not putting him in S or A. He's definitely not S or A. He's either B or C. I'm gonna give Thor a B minus. Okay, I'm gonna give Thor a B minus because it's always nice to have a tank on the field. But he's definitely. I don't think he's an elite tank. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's unpickable. I just don't think he's an elite tank right now. I think there's a lot of damage out there that kind of keeps him in check. He's not bad, but he's not excellent either, at least from the Thor players I've seen. I have seen them get value though, so I'm gonna give Thor a B minus. I think at best he's an A in the right hands. I think that there's probably a lot of Thor players who probably tell you the same thing. It's like, listen, he's just not Mag or Groot. He's just not. He's good and you can play him. He's just not Mag or Groot. It's an uphill battle to play Thor, so it makes it all the more impressive when Thor players are able to rise to the occasion and bring the thunder, right, as you say. So I'm gonna give Thor a B tier. Venom, dude, I think Venom is A tier, man. I do. I think Venom is A tier. I think, again, pressuring backlines is so valuable in this game because, again, like, you have to be able to split the healing resources away from the core of the team. If you're not doing that in Rivals, you are not going to win. You are never going to pierce the healing in this game. So it's all about pulling the healing away from the right spots so the rest of your team can get value, or being able to get final kills yourself. Again, he's got a good combo with his ult. His ult got buffed with heal mitigation. It's really, really good. I think Venom's definitely a solid pick. I'm going to give him an A tier for his flexibility and ability to pressure out those backlines. I don't think he's S tier quite, at least from what I've seen, but I do think he's a very solid pick. If you're a good Venom player, you absolutely can get value in this season. That's going to do it for the tanks. Notice no tanks in C tier. I think the tank role is actually very good right now. Let's do it. Okay, Black Panther, man. All right. I think BP is super mid, man. I top of the list of characters that I believe should get reworked in this game. Again, it would be cool to see him have a kit based around, guess what? Heal mitigation. I think heal mitigation is going. The strongest characters in Marvel Rivals are going to be the characters that they give heal mitigation to because the healing is so strong. That's why Gambit, I think, is so good as well, on top of his ult being good, which we'll get to Gambit. We get to the supports. But no, I think Panther, he's just feast or famine, and consistency is key here. And I just think there's way better characters to get value on. I really hope they rework Panther. I think he should be the top of the list of characters they look at changing fundamentally. And until then, we shall see. Now, Black Widow, I've seen actually a lot more Black Widow this season. I'm going to give Natasha an A tier, man. She's got that team up with Phoenix, which lets her heal now. I don't think that really matters. But, man, I think this character is so underrated. I'm going to give her A minus. And you guys might look at me like I'm crazy for that, but this character is so close to being excellent. She's so close to being absolutely excellent. Like, it's insane how good this character could be with just one small change. Because of that, like, I think she's just good damage across the board. She's hard to get value on, but you put a good player on Widow and they do get value. I might put her in B. I'm going to keep her in A minus just because I think the snipers are just strong. I think snipers are so strong in games. And maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm Widowmaker pilled from Overwatch. But, I'm going to put Natasha there because I do think that she actually has a lot of uses this season, especially with a Gene on your team to be able to heal your team and swap that. That team up alone actually is really, really good. So we'll leave it at that. Blade, dude. Oh, man. Do I want him in B tier or do I want him in A tier? I'm stuck between A and B tier here. I mean, I've seen Blades be great, and I've seen them be terrible. So because of that, I'm going to put him in B. I think his kit is good, though. I do think his kit is good. I think I might be wrong on this guy. I'm not really sure where to put him. You guys honestly tell me down in the comments. What do you think about Blade this season? I haven't seen a lot of Blades excel, personally, but I think that it's there. I do think that it's there, but I just haven't seen the players actually get value on him. And granted, my lobbies have been so bad, it's been hard to see what's actually good and what isn't, because if I feel like we're doing a social experiment with like different species of human beings on the Rivals ladder. So I don't know, man. I think if I'm missing the mark on Blade at B tier, I think he's higher. I think his heal mitt is good and he should be good, but maybe I'm wrong. So honestly, guys, I got no clue on this one. You all tell me. My gut's telling me that I might be wrong on this one. I want to trust it. Daredevil, dude. Dude, this character's crazy. I need to learn this character. I think Daredevil, he's so good. He's so good. Like, I see these Daredevils absolutely take over games. I think he's a must-learn for me, so I'm probably going to pick him up this season and really see if I can become a great Daredevil player over the Iron Fist, which we'll talk about here shortly. But I think Daredevil is one of the best DPS in the game, so I'm going to have to give him a whirl, man. I'm excited about that. So Daredevil, okay. Time to learn him. I can't wait. All right. Hawkeye, dude. Hawkeye got a crazy team up. I can't put Hawkeye anywhere under A tier. I think he's good. I think he's got a solid ult. He's got a solid kit. He can one-shot anybody, and the ability to just one-shot somebody whilst doing good poke damage. I mean, you're going to be an A tier character no matter what. I think he might be higher than he would. If I'm wrong here, he's higher than this, not lower than this. I think Hawkeye is definitely a very, very solid pick. Good character. Not a whole lot to say other than that. Hawkeye stonks are up this season, baby. The same goes for Hela. I think Hela is... I don't know if I want to put Hela in S tier. Do I want to put Hela in S tier? I'm going to put Hela in S tier because she's Namor's team-up anchor. Like, if Hela and Namor aren't banned, she's definitely S tier because giving Namor that heal mitigation and her poke damage is really, really good. I think Hela's just a great character, especially in rank. She just gets so much value. She can do so much damage. I don't know. I think that she's very, very good in ranked. And because of that team-up anchor, I'm going to put her in S-. She's like an S- character in my book. Now, I'm going to be real, guys. Human Torch. I've not seen any Torch, so I'm going to put him in B tier. I literally have not seen one player pick Torch this entire season. So because of that, I genuinely don't know where to rank this guy. I've not encountered one. So I'm going to put him in B tier. Torch players, you guys let me know down in the comments where you would put this guy this season. I don't think he's that good. I think you'd see him a lot more if he was good. I've literally not seen one player put 1 second of time on Human Torch. Not 1 second. So I'm really not sure where to put this guy. We're going to skip past Torch at this point. Okay, moving on. Let's go to Iron Fist, man. Oh, my God. Okay. I've got 2 grades for Iron Fist. Iron Fist without Luna Snow. I mean, he is, well, I'll put him in B tier. Iron Fist with Luna Snow. Okay? If you have Snowflake, this character just becomes unlocked, okay? However, if they go triple support and they don't have 2 tanks, he's so hard to play. He's so hard to play, and you really aren't going to get a whole lot of value playing him on that in that situation. Like, if they have 2 tanks, he's amazing. If they don't have 2 tanks, again, this is why I really hated his rework. I think they dropped the ball with Iron Fist rework and made him way too much of a tank-oriented character where it depends on what tanks they have on the map. For that reason, I think he's A-. I think he's viable for sure. He's definitely viable. So if you're an Iron Fist player, he's viable, but all you Iron Fist players know, you got to duo with the Luna. If you duo with the Luna, you do probably 2 to 3 times as much. If you don't, it's very, very hard. Also, Iron Fist with Gambit is insane. So I am definitely going to put him in A tier because with Gambit ult, he's really, really good. Iron Man, dude. I think Iron Man's not very good this season. I think he's mid. Iron mid. There's just a lot of better stuff in the game. The game is super fast-paced right now, especially with, yet again, Gambit coming in, right? I think Iron Man requires the game to be slowed down a little bit for him to get a lot of value. He's still pretty vulnerable when he's ulting. He's got a lot of counters. He's got to dodge a lot of damage. I just don't think he's great. I think he's super mid. I don't think he's the worst character in the game, but I think there's a lot of better picks in the game than Iron Man, at least at this point in time. So I'm going to put Iron Man in B tier. Jean. I still think Phoenix is absolutely S tier. I think she's one of the best DPS in the game. She's insanely good. She's got that team up with Widow. She's got insane damage. She's got stun. She's got burst. She's got self-heal. She's got mobility. She's got a great ult. She's just all around probably the best overall DPS in the game, in my opinion, just because she does so many different things and she can do them well if you're good. So, yeah, I'm going to give Jean an S tier rating. I don't think that's going to surprise anybody there. I see a lot of Phoenix, and it's for good reason because she's a very, very, very good character. So, we're going to put Jean in S tier. Magic. This is interesting, okay? I think Magic is solid. I do. I think I've seen some Magics get quite a bit of value. I'm going to put Magic in B tier, though. I haven't seen enough Magic for me to rank her higher than that. And the Magic players I've had, they've been all right. They've been solid. I haven't seen a Magic go crazy, though. I've not seen a Magic go absolutely crazy. So I think Magic is absolutely pickable this season. This is definitely not the worst spot she's been in. I don't know if it's the best one either, though. So I think Magic is a very solid pick right now. As long as you have another DPS that can shoot from range, you can absolutely play a melee Magic and get quite a bit of value. Now, Moon Knight, dude. I actually think Moon Knight is solid this season. I think Moon Knight's, I'm going to give him a B tier. He's one of my favorite DPS to play in the game. He's gotten several buffs since I last played. And they're noticeable, like his ult doing a little bit of slow. He's got 2 Moonblades now. It's helped him a lot. He can build his ult very, very quickly on cleaved and grouped up enemies. In terms of putting out an overall aggressive amount of damage, especially against 2 tanks, he can be very, very good. He's also got a good combo with Groot. So, yeah, I think that Moon Knight is actually, he's probably a middle-of-the-pack character. I think he's solid. Now, here's a sleeper right here, guys. Here's somebody that got buffed that is actually much better now, and I've been playing quite a bit of. Mr. Fantastic. I'm going to put in A tier this season. I think he's good. I think he's actually good this season. He got a lot of quality of life buffs. You can actually use his shift while in his big form. It comes down to raw health and not shields anymore. He's good, man. I think Fantastic is underrated. I'm going to give him an A- right now. But don't be surprised if this dude starts seeing some playtime. I actually do think he's a good character now. And I probably going to be playing a lot of Fantastic this season. I think he's pretty fun. So I'm going to be putting Fantastic in A tier. Be on the lookout for this guy. Be on the lookout for this guy. He could be pretty solid. Namor. I'm also going to put Namor in A tier. I think Namor is a solid pick this season. Again, he's always been a solid pick. He's got a great team up with Hela. He might be S tier, again, with that team up to mitigate healing. He's great against dive, great against things like Spider-Man, which can be very, very annoying. I think he's a great character overall, and like I don't really think I need to speak much on Namor. He's been one of the better DPS in the game since its inception. So yeah, I'm gonna give Namor the A tier rating. Psylocke, dude, I think Psy is busted. Dude, I think Psy is so good. She's one of those DPS that you see take over games consistently. Again, she does a lot of the things that you need to do on a DPS. She can pressure backlines consistently, and she's very lethal in the backline. Because of those two things, that is everything that you want in a DPS on this game. Because again, disrupting support lines is the most valuable thing that you can do in Marvel Rivals with how strong the healing is in this game. Her ult can kill through things. It's great with Gambit. Yet again, we'll talk about Gambit here shortly. But you guys know exactly where we're going with this. I think Psy is undoubtedly an S-tier character in my book. I think she's very good. Punisher. I'm gonna put Punisher in A tier. Again, he just does good damage. He's very lethal. Very lethal. I don't think he's quite S tier, but his damage per second is great. His ult is very lethal. And, he can break Groot walls, and he can pressure tanks. Like, he just does a lot of damage. And any character that does a lot of damage is very valuable in my book. So I'm going to put Punisher in A tier this season. Scarlet Witch, dude. She got some good buffs, but I still think she's B tier. I've seen a couple witches get value. I've seen witches get value, but I haven't seen them get insane value either. I have a lot of characters in B tier, guys. I think they have done a good job of pulling the bottom tier heroes up to at least mediocrity. I think that Witch is B tier. I don't think she's higher than that personally. I don't think she has the damage to do that. And her utility is not that high either. So I think you can play her, but she's certainly not the best DPS in the game. Now, hot take, Spider-Man, dude. I think Spidey is really bad. I think Spidey's really bad. I think Spidey just gets checked by so many things in this game. I have not seen a Spider-Man get value this season. Granted, I'm playing with bad Spider-Mans. Like, again, I'm going to climb through GM here soon, and we're going to get back up to Celestial Eternity. It's just, man, the Spidey players. The main time I've seen Spidey get played is when people are throwing and jumping off the map. So yeah, that's not an exaggeration. I'm not even joking. There's been one Spidey I've seen get value, but then I swapped Namor and he was just immediately checked and couldn't do anything the rest of the game. So I think there's just a lot of skill checks to Spidey in the game right now, and I think those checks are better than the Spidey kit itself. So I'm just gonna put Spidey in C tier just to spite the kids that are throwing my games on Spider-Man. Squirrel Girl, dude, I like Squirrel Girl, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, her ult's nice. I think it really depends on the comp. I think she's going to dive. I'll put her in B tier, but I don't think she's higher than that, man. And I'm saying, ever since her nerf, I just think that she kind of fell off compared to other damage dealers in the game. And I love playing this character, too. I think she's very good against dive. She's very good against things like Venom. She's very good against, Psylocke, but particularly her matchup against Daredevil, where he can actually deflect her trap. Like, that, he's the best dive character in the game, and he can deflect her ability back, which is what made her good against dive, was the fact she could trap people, and the fact that there's somebody that can actually answer that in the dive role makes her fall off a lot, in my opinion, especially with the damage nerfs that she received a little bit ago. So I don't think she's that great. It's unfortunate because I like her a lot. Star-Lord. Okay. I've seen some Star-Lords get value. I think I'll put him in A tier. I'll put him in A tier when he has a Gambit on his team, dude. Gambit and Star-Lord ult is nasty. It really is nasty. So for that reason, I'm going to put him in A tier. It's a dirty combo. And again, like you guys, I'll give you guys a hint. You've heard me talk about Gambit synergizing with a lot of these characters, and that's what makes them good. Yeah, I'll give you a bit of a hint. Gambit's a pretty good character. Okay. But yeah, I'll put him in A tier. Not too much to say there. He's got good damage, like really strong ultimate, especially if Mag's not using his ult. And it combos very, very well with Gambit. Storm, dude, I think Storm fell off big time. Sure, Jeff Nato's great, but dude, I think she fell off big time. I don't see Storm's getting a lot of value in game. I think there's a lot of better picks in the game right now than Storm. Maybe I'm wrong on Storm. I like playing her, but I've not seen her get value. Every Storm player I've seen attempt to play the character has not done a very good job, and it's just backfired brutally. But again, here's the problem with my games this season. They're such a cluster, guys. I don't know how accurate my information I've gotten from playing is, because the games have just been truly so like these people tilt for no reason, think they know the game, and then just throw when it doesn't go their way. So it's like, how are you supposed to get accurate information that way? I don't know. I don't think she's that great personally, though, this season. Okay. Bucky, dude. I think Bucky's at least A tier. I think Bucky's solid. Bucky's solid, man. Bucky's solid. He's great against dive. He has great utility. He's got a great ult. I think he's at worst A tier. I think you can pick Bucky in almost any situation in the game and find a way to get value. Though I will say his grappling hook feels like it doesn't hit consistently. Like sometimes like it baits me. It looks like it should hit, but it doesn't. So I don't know. I would say that Bucky is definitely an A tier character though, at worst. Wolvie, man. I think Wolvie fell off a little bit, honestly. I think he did. Groot getting unstoppable really hurts him near his wall. I think Daredevil and Iron Fist are both better. I'm going to put Wolvie in B tier. I don't think he's that good this season. I really don't. I don't think he's unplayable. I just don't think he's exceptional either. So, yeah, I think Iron Fist and Daredevil are better melee characters than Wolverine are currently. Okay, that's the DPS. Only 2 C tier DPS, and it's mostly players that I did not like queuing into, so we'll leave it at that. Adam Warlock, dude. Adam is really annoying. Man, I think he's good. Honestly, I do. How good in triple support Adam? I'm gonna give an A tier. Double support Adam, I'm giving a B. But like, it's how do you rate him, right? I'm gonna put him in A tier under the insinuation of being able to play triple supports. I just, dude, like there was one game I played where it was on that new map, and they just played Rocket Adam, and like you just couldn't do anything. They just kept rezzing their whole team on cooldown. You'd win the fight. You'd kill the Atom. The Atom would res from the rocket beacon. You'd kill him again, and then he'd res himself, and then he'd res his team. It's like, man, I had to win this team fight 5 times. I had to win this team fight 5 separate times to win the game, and then you still lose. So it's crazy. I'm not sure. I think he's A tier, though. I will say, with triple support, I think Adam can be really, really good in terms of dealing damage and the resurrect. And you got to check him, though. I feel like he's very feast or famine. His ult changes were pretty good and helpful to him as well. So because of that, and that annoying lobby specifically, where I won the game for my team 4 times, and they rezzed all 4 times, and I turn around and we lose. It's so, that to me is so powerful. I don't really know what to say. So Cloak and Dagger, man. I think Cloak is A tier, personally. I think, again, like one of the fastest building support ults in the game. AoE heal on the bubble. The ult is strong. I mean, yeah, you can get mag ulted, but good Cloaks are good at dodging it. You've got your fade. You have insane utility. This character does so much. So much. Especially with that ult that builds lightning fast. I mean, it's hard to rank. Wait, what? They have these 2 forms separate. What is that? Okay, we're going to put them both there. Whatever. That's silly that they're separate. But they're both in A tier to me personally, and I don't think you can rate them lower because they just do so much. They're so easy to get value on and ranked in terms of building your ult quickly and just chucking it out there. So, yeah, I'm going to say that Cloak and Dagger are going to be A tier in my book this season. Here we go. Gambit, dude. Gambit. It's all about Gambit in Season 5, and to no one's surprise, an absolutely S tier character. Probably the most fun, best support that NetEase has put in the game so far. Gambit is absolutely nuts. A full cleanse, the ult that amps your team's damage and attack speed. It's so good. It's so good. I cannot stress this enough. It is so good. Gambit is absurdly strong, and this shouldn't surprise anybody, and I love it. I really hope they start adding more supports like Gambit into the game and lean away from the Rocket Raccoons and go more into the Gambits. I love this character. He's revitalized this game. A massive thumbs up on Gambit from your boy. I love this dude. S tier character. Love it. So strong. Susan Storm. Big buffs this season. Another S tier character. She has better attack speed, which means she heals more. She does more damage. Her shield got buffed for herself. Her ult is really strong because it got power crept before they nerfed the other support ults. She's insane. You know, I've been playing with the Sue recently, who's not only really good at pocketing me, but, you know, she's booping people off the map on cooldown, right? Like, you know, you got to play with a support player if you're trying to play rivals. And I'll say this, man, the boops off the map, my Sue has been really good to play with. I mean, it's absolutely insane how strong this character is. Susan Storm, undoubtedly an S-tier character this season. Big buffs. Susan players, rejoice. Shout out Jessica Alba. Jeff the Shark, dude. I think Jeff is good. I think Jeff is really good, man. I think this guy's rework was very slept on by a lot of people, dude. And then they made his ult heal too, dude. This guy's very good. Very good. He's a nuisance. He can heal across the map. You guys understand? I don't think people realize how good it is that his beam can pierce people across the map. There's so much pressure that Jeff can put out there on the enemy team, and his ult is a threat, man. If you let him go unchecked, he will get so much value, right? Jeff can be a problem. I think he's one of the best supports in the game. And that shouldn't really surprise anyone. This dude is very, very strong. Sleeper, sneaky little Jeff the Shark. He's a devious little shark. Devious. Devious shark. Okay. Loki, dude. I actually think Loki fell off, guys. I think Loki's the only support. No. I'm putting him in A tier. What am I talking about? They buffed him a little bit to compensate. I think he fell off when they nerfed him. But, man, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Loki, I think he's a good character. A solid A tier from me in my book. I don't think he's quite S tier, but maybe I could be proven wrong as time goes on. I've not seen many Lokis in the average ranks. Again, like we're doing fresh placements here, and you know it's those games. I really do feel for you, like average. I guess I'm in GM now. I'm in GM now currently, but. So I guess I'm not in the average ranks, but man, I feel for you guys. Your lobbies are so coin flip. It's insane. It's actually insane. I've never played a game in my life that has the RNG lobbies of Marvel Rivals. But man, I think Loki is still a very solid pick. Now, Luna Snow, dude, I'm going to put Luna in A tier. I don't think she's quite S tier post her nerfs, but I think she's really good. I don't think she's as good as Sue. I don't think she's as good as Sue, and I don't think she's as good as Gambit. So because of that, I'm going to put her in A tier. But if you're a Luna player and you're like, I'm going to one-trick Luna no matter what, you'll be fine. Like, she's still good. She's still a good character, but I don't think she's quite S+ tier. I give her an A+. I give her an A+. Luna's going to get an A+ from me. Snowflake is still insanely good on DPS. So, you know, I'm going to give Luna Snow an A+ here. Mantis. I've not seen too much Mantis. I'm going to give her an A-. I think triple support is so good that you can always, like, guys, like, to be blunt, you can pick a support character almost any time in the game and it would still be good. Like, there are very few situations where you can't just pick a support and get enormous value for picking that character with the way this game is set up currently. Yeah, man, I think Mantis is A-. I think Luna's an A+. I think Mantis is A-. I think, again, she's still solid. She can do good damage. The damage boost is good. Her ult is good. Her healing is good. And I love Mantis. I think she's fun. I think in Season 0, she's one of the best supports in the game. But, you know, she kind of fell off with some nerfs, and then other power creep came in, and the other abilities got changed, and I think she fell off a bit. But I think Mantis is still a solid pick. If you enjoy playing Mantis, you absolutely can be a Mantis enjoyer this season. Rocket Raccoon, dude. Okay, I'm biased here. I'm going to come out and say this outright. Rocket Raccoon is the most busted support I've ever played in a video game. And here's why I say this. There has not been a character since like launch Brigitte in Overwatch 1 where you can AFK in the back of the map and right click and get this much value. Rocket Raccoon gives you 10 times the value that he should for what he requires. He is like the most boosted support I've ever seen in a game. And anybody, guys, anybody who tries to tell you that this guy is not uber inflated is just full of crap. Res Beacon has to get removed from the game. The fact that he can put a beacon in the back of the map and it automatically revives someone, and I don't want to sit here and see some silver player tell me, oh, just flank and break the beacon. You know what? Yeah, you should have just clicked on the Broken Mercy's head where she could instantaneously res while invulnerable. At Mach 5, like she's the Flash. Just click on her head. Anybody who tells you just break the rocket beacon, chat, just know that that's a terrible player. That player is fated to be in the metal ranks at best their entire existence because it's so stupid. It's the dumbest ability in the game. The game would be better if they removed it, and Rocket would also be better if they removed it because they could replace it with his Season 1 team up and make him a more offensive support. That would help the game so much, and to all you Rocket players who are mad at what I'm telling you right now, it would make the character's reputation change, and it would give you more in-fight utility. If you're a better Rocket player, you would be able to impact games more, which is okay. That's good. I want Rocket to have that kind of change and that kind of style of play on his kit, because think about this, guys. Rocket, like if you're talking about character identity and hero identity, Rocket is the assault guy. He's the assault guy. He's supposed to be about offense. That's his whole thing, is weaponry. So why does he have a defensive resurrect ability that nobody likes besides the Rocket players? This game is in desperate need of more offensive supports. And I think that Rocket, if they changed his res beacon to be an offensive-based ability, it would help shake up the game. It would help counter-sustain, and he would be a strong character. I love the rework they did with his ult, but I hate that res beacon. I'm putting him in S tier, dude, solely because, not because he's that good when everybody's playing at a high level, but this character can absolutely giga boost players 2 to 3 ranks higher than they should be on any other character. This dude is busted. He's so busted, in my opinion. I've not seen a character give that much value for right-clicking in the back of the map. And if someone dies, you can resurrect them too. It's so strong. It's so strong, and his ult builds so fast. This dude is such easy money value. Easiest money value I've ever seen in the game. Okay, Ultron, dude. I think Ultron's bad this season, personally. I think he's bad. Again, you can really only play this dude in triple support, and I don't think Iron Man is good, which is where his team up goes. I just think he's bad. I don't think he's very good this season, and if you don't like that, tell me why I'm wrong down in the comments. But I don't think there's much to say on Ultron. I just think there's way better support picks, with Gambit being what he is in the game. So, what do you guys think? Yay or nay? Where did I miss on this list? I think there are a couple I could be wrong on. But overall, I think Season 5 has been a fun season. I still think that NetEase has kind of missed the mark on opening up the neutral in this game. And, you kind of, I have to accept this reality pill about Rivals. This game just does not reward skill like other games do. It's designed to be chaotic. It's about being fun. It's not about being balanced or competitive or, hey, if you're a good player, you should win. That's just not what Rivals is. It's not. And it's weird because it has that competitive mode, but I don't think the Rivals competitive mode is competitive at all. It's frankly, it's not competitive at all. But it's still a fun game, and this game is for fun, and I think we all need to do a better job of remembering that, though I would like to see it become a little bit more competitive-oriented. Personally, what do you guys think? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care. Much love. Peace out.